Definitely. I'm just super excited, super blessed. First and foremost, just all praise to God just getting me back on the field, and got great teammates support and great staff that's really helped me through a lot of this process for sure. I've been here the whole time. Usually I like to go down to San Diego and be with Troy, but this was a different time period for myself, and so being back with some great people, it's been amazing.
Nick Sorensen was saying that you can actually get better through mental reps when you don't play for a long time if you really take it seriously. Do you think that you become a better player even while not playing all this time because you've been so mentally into it?
Definitely. It's crazy because the part of this process is the volume aspect. You can never put too much volume early on, so there's not a lot of running aspect to it. So a lot of it was just me watching film. And so I pride myself on watching film already, but on top of that, I watched hours and hours of film and really just correcting my mistakes. I think Troy really set it up for me, and my coaches, specifically DB. He's like, go and pinpoint everything. And I went back and watched all of my good plays, bad plays, mediocre plays, and really just detailed out everything, because there's so much more to learn. There's so much more being a sponge and just absorbing all this knowledge that they have. And so it's been good though.
How's the head and shoulders?
The head and shoulders is not in the works because I'm a Bath and Body Works guy, and so Bath and Body Works, shout out to them. So it's good.
Your teammate is over there. They were sitting here earlier. You talked about the closest of the DB room and what that's meant to you all this time.
Well, for me, as much as I'm quiet, I love to be out there with the guys, and I really truly miss that in this opportunity. Like being training camp, it's a different schedule for me because everybody's out there practicing, and I'm off to the side doing my rehab in the weight room, lifting, doing something different, and so I missed out on a lot of those things. And so just being back with the guys is a lot of just being the juice, bringing the energy, and being a funny guy to lean on and have a good conversation, because it's more than just football in this locker room, and I think that's what separates us from a lot of places, just so we can go out there and play, trust each other, and have fun at the end of the day.
What were some of the lessons John Lynch shared with you when you were watching training camp practices?
Well, it's crazy because I remember talking to him last year, and this is before I got hurt.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was my eyes. Like, how can we detail out my eyes and the way that I play? Because he believes in me. He gives me the ability to go out there and play instinctually. And so a lot of it was like, what are we seeing with my eyes when we're back there watching together? Because a lot of it, you guys probably saw me out there. I'm standing next to him just asking him, it was like, where are your eyes at on this play? What's this play? What are we doing? And how would you attack it if you were offensive? And I got to go watch some with Kyle, because Kyle even brought me into that. Because I even went back and watched practice back right next to him and seeing what they're trying to attack for our defense. And so those are the things that you pick up and you learn and try to put into our game and make our defense the best in the world.
Talanoa, some of the silver linings maybe that this happened is that being able to go back through your film with a fine-tooth comb?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's actually funny because I look back to my second year, Pro Bowl, All-Pro, but to me it was like it was really mediocre in a sense, and I really like to look at it that way, and I got to criticize myself to that standard, and so for myself, I got to be better for this team. I got to be more communicative to everyone, and if I can make a play for Tig, if I can make a play for Demo, guys that are sitting on my locker, like, I'll do it. And so I need to put them in the best position to do that, and so that relies on me.
When you say mediocre that year, you mean just like on a consistency basis from play to play? Like what?
Well, it's just like even the plays that I have made, it's like, how can I be better on those? Like, why did it take me 3 times to see the same play? Like, and it happens in the league, across the league. I'm not saying I'm the only person, but I like to hold myself to that standard. If I've seen the play twice already, why did it take me the 3rd time to make it? And so you really see it when you go back and look, and it's a copycat league. That the things that we got beat on in the first 2 games, we're going to see it against the Rams, and things like that. And so that's part of us learning and growing and coming together as a defense to be the best we can. So.
As you're going through the process, is this about when you thought you'd be back, or do you just take it week by week and let your body and the doctors tell you?
If I'm being truthful with you,
yeah,
I took it hour by hour.
Yeah,
because it changes every day.
Yeah,
and that's something I learned. And early on, my daughter was walking before I was, and so that puts it in perspective of how humble you got to humble yourself in that sense. And truly, like, I mean that by the bottom of my heart. Like, I took it hour by hour, and I'm here. I'm excited, and hopefully my number's called, and I'm ready to go.
So how was that mentally to have to go through that? Like,
say one more time, sorry.
How was that mentally to have to go through that? Like, can you kind of explain or like paint a picture for the mental progression that you had to go through dealing with that injury?
Well, honestly, for me, the mental aspect was actually never it was never an issue. It was really just the physical aspect. Like, I just couldn't do much. For me, it was an opportunity to be around my family. It was an opportunity to dive into the playbook, dive into the film room. And so, like, I never really looked at it as like a bad process to go through. Like everybody's been through something, and I think this was just my story and my process. And so when I looked at it, there's so many positives from it versus negatives, and I think a lot of people can get caught in the negatives, and it will affect your healing for sure. So for me, I had to stay bright, just bring the juice when I was around my guys, and so I'm just really happy to be back. So
How are you and Jair?
This week, did you have a chance to do any scout team stuff to kind of work back into it?
Oh, definitely. I even got some reps against George early on, and so for me, those were like things that I needed to see. Like, how can I be better against this? And BA running across the field flying like he does. Like, how can I be better against this? And I think it just prepped me. It's getting me right. It's getting me ready for this. And whatever they do come Sunday, like I'll be ready. So
How are you?
last one.
How are you and Jair preparing for your communication to be on point this week?
Definitely, just being out there with him. Like we talk about it first off in the film room, and then like how can we go out there and show different things. You know, a lot of times you can get stuck just being stagnant. And for me, I just got to be, because that's one of my issues too. Like, how can we just show something, do something different, and if we're just gonna play the call, we're gonna play it straight and win the down. So.
Day before Sunday's game, it's SC Michigan. You got a thought or two?
Fire on all the way. We're gonna win. Easy.
You hear that, Tracy?
Well, he's going to do predictive picks in a second, so I'm going to hear it again.
Okay.